Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back for some more Space Engineers. In today's video I want to give you guys an update on my base ship or mothership that I'm building. And well, the goal actually now is going to be that red signal, which is actually behind me. I went and did a little bit of a scouting run in my small transport ship to see if there's another like lake or something like that, and there is. So we are going to go and try to get the mothership over there, and before that I have to land, and then we have to try and give you guys a bit of an update on what's been going on. We have grown quite nicely. You can see lots of solar panels on there, windmills as well. My biggest problem was actually getting enough energy. But I think I have solved that problem by basically extending the ship by a block, basically one engine block. So let's see here. Let's try and get a landing going because we are actually quite high. Do I still have some time? Should be okay battery wise. Let's put that here, and then let's take a quick look. I'm not that high anymore, so I should just be able to go back a bit, and then oh, can't even zoom in. Why not? Oh, because I landed, I think. Let's see if I can unlock. Yeah, there we go. I actually landed. Let's zoom in a little bit more. This is still tricky. I definitely need to change that, but that's coming in later, of course. And now I should be able to just go completely vertical, and then I think it's just back a bit, and we should be alright. So let's land. Ready to on the connector. So let's connect, disengage the engines, and there we go. Yeah, I actually used up. No, I didn't use up too much battery. That's okay. We're still 3/4 full. So let's actually fly out over here so I can show you guys the front of the ship. So fully armored at this point. We have done that. Quite a bit of firepower as well. I would say it's still Gatling guns, of course. It's the only munitions that I can make. But I got a couple of extra ones on the front. And then just to make it easy, I basically have a drill on 2 pistons that at the moment is actually drilling down towards more rock. I was hoping to reach silver, but I couldn't quite make it. So there you can see the seat, and then up there I have an airlock, an automatic airlock that I built. I think it's pretty cool, and this should work once we get into space. What I don't want is to lose too much oxygen, too much atmosphere when we get into space. So this is a vent that's actually taking the air out of this room. Now it needs to have like a lower pressure on the other side in order to actually function well, but in space I think we can basically empty this out, open up the first door, which would be this one. This would then fill in with atmosphere, but the vent would empty it right back once I close this. Then hopefully it's fast enough I can get back out without losing too much oxygen. Then what's happening in here, because a lot has changed, as you can tell. So I made the airlock a little bit of glass just so that we get some visuals. Then that vent goes to this oxygen tank, which then goes to a vent up here that actually just blows the air if it needs to, of course, within the ship itself. We still have our survival kit here. We've got our access point to all our stuff. So we've got the small cargo container, 2 large cargo containers. The refinery is doing what it needs to do. Get some extra bottles, munitions in all of my Gatling guns. And so we are looking pretty good. I'll get ready for departure. So what I can do now is I can press I, control panel, and then we go for my pistons that go up to 10 meters. They are at 10 meters, so I just need to reverse them to pull the drill back up. It doesn't completely clear, but that's okay. That just means that we can also like try to go a little bit deeper with the mining. But so that's underway, and then I'll show you inside the ship, of course. So we have, here are the 2 cargo containers. Then we've got some oxygen capacity with some H2O2 generators in order to turn the fuel, the ice into fuel. And then here you've got a first engine block. Same thing on the other side, of course. And then on the expansion I went with white just so that I can also keep things in check. So we get a lot more oxygen capability, and then here we get now a white engine block as well. when I had the armor up, without the second armor blocks, it was starting to feel very sluggish to take off. Then a little bit of extra battery capacity, stuff like that, and the advantage here that I have compared to the cube is that I'm not using inner walls, so these conveyors actually serve to link those two engine blocks together, and so that is working quite nicely. It does offset the placement of the Gatling turrets a little bit. So this one is now on, here is the center of the engine, and this one is right at the center of the engine. But yeah, this should be enough firepower. We got 4 turrets on the top as well, then some windmills and some solar panels for energy. And then down here, well, since we're preparing for space, we're gonna do the exact same thing. So we get more defenses and solar panels that are going up, and then the back is a little bit sparse, but that is because my plan is actually to eventually make this a long ship. So we can just keep going here by building in extra base and potentially extra engine blocks as we need it. But yeah, with these 2 engine blocks, we're flying quite well. So I'm thinking that the next bit is going to be an expansion with a specific purpose. Maybe a docking bay, maybe I want to get like a rover with a ram that I can take down or something like that. I'm still not exactly sure, but all of this is definitely subject to change. And then I'm going to pull out the back wall, and we're just going to extend the ship even further. But this is basically the base Mothership. It has everything that you need. I think it's got the best refinery. It's fully upgraded, advanced production as well. Everything is going quite nicely, and it's pretty small and compact. In fact, that was my problem. Solar panels on just the gray part of the ship, not the white part of the ship, with a couple of windmills was not enough to power everything up. So that is the update for the Mothership, and let's show you guys how it handles. Now we get a couple of defenses right in front of us as well, so if trouble would come in first-person view, that should be pretty cool to watch. But yeah, let's just activate. So you're not noticing anything, but the engines are on. I can unlock, and then I can just take off like that. Look at that. That's pretty damn good. Let's turn with the arrow keys. I do want to take it slow on that, I think. And then we basically have to head out towards the red signal, which is like a local headquarters or something like that, district headquarters. So I do think that could end up being decently challenging, but yeah, we'll see if we can make it. Alt, and then I'll turn a little bit, and let's go up and let's start moving out from this lake, where I found not a lot of resources, but luckily enough, doing a little bit of mouse turning on this one, luckily enough I did find gold and silver, which was really the main goal, and also an iron deposit, which allowed me to make all of this armor. But look at that, we're flying the whole base. These are all my resources. Everything is located in here, and it's working. And I think honestly, if some of those drones would attack that I've seen before with my brother, you know, we should have plenty of firepower to take those out. This is a large grip defenses after all. So let's continue. We are high enough. Yeah, we're clearing everything quite nicely. So let's turn a little bit, and then I have to make my way over this hill as well, over the next hill as well. We're at 63% fuel capacity at this point. I think we can flatten out a little bit. I do wonder. Oh yeah, I'm 500 meters high, so that's quite all right. And yeah, this time we're gonna do a skip towards the intended target. Of course, what I'm not sure of is if this would be enough to tackle a district headquarters. So I do think we'll do a couple of extra pit stops, maybe make the next annex with like an offensive ship or a scout ship or something like that. Oh, and I should not waste too much fuel by just continuously pressing when we're going at 100 meters a second. But yeah, we're still, that should be high enough. And there it is. That's what I'd spotted and what I was coming back from my trip. A nice big flat lake, not surrounded by too many mountains, and you can see the sun the sun or the star, giving us lots of light, which should be very good for our power generation here, which is a little bit important. Maybe I need a couple of extra batteries as well. So let's keep going. 60%. Okay, I think we can still speed this up a little bit, and let's maybe try to go down a little bit as we reach the edge. There's the I don't know, like maybe an old river or something that flowed in or out of this lake. And so we have reached our next landing point. We got some sandy sand on the right, which I've never seen before, honestly. So now we're just going to slowly go down. Apparently we're still 600 meters high, so we can do that. There's still that little bit, but I think it's something from the small grid ship that's doing that. So I definitely don't want to go too fast on the landing. So let's make sure. Whoa, we're already going pretty fast. Lost 200 meters. Basically want to just slowly make my way back. We're spotting ice with the large ore detector. So that gives us a good idea. I'm just gonna land safely, and we'll see how we scope this out. But now I want to go slow because I don't want to break my drill again on the landing. I've done that before. Yeah, let's go. 40 meters, a couple more bursts, 30 meters. There we go. The drill hit decently hard, but it is drilling in, so that's fine. And so we're getting a little bit of ice right away. Gonna do a little bit more. We have landed. And so what I do tend to do now, which may cause a little bit of damage, I'm going to do take the engines off and also take my landing gear off. And that puts us with all of our landing gear, our 3 landing gears at this point. I think I'll add some more, and we are good to go. All right, next step, control panel again. Piston. I like to take it slow when these go down, so that we don't break too much and get all of the resources. So 0.01, just control click. 0.01, there we go. And we are going to start to get some ice back in, and we're at 60%, which is quite decent, I think. If I can get it to 100% on this lake, I do feel confident. Yeah, we're at 23 kilometers from the target now. We did like half of that on maybe 4% fuel. So fuel-wise, we are good. Just gonna be firepower-wise, which I don't know, and so I'm thinking maybe scout the place out first with a small grid ship that's specialized for that, and then perhaps I'll ask my brother to come in and help as well. That could be pretty damn cool. But yeah, I'm really proud of this one. Honestly, this feels so much cleaner, so much more efficient than the cube, which would have at this point had like 2 or maybe even 3 levels up. It would have just been so huge and unwieldy. It works on just these regular engines, right? The cube required a couple of huge engines, which opened it up actually in order to really lift off efficiently. But yeah, this works on these types of engine blocks. So this is just 3x3s of regular hydrogen thrusters surrounded by conveyors that are then connected to these tanks, and they super easily lift this ship. Good mobility, feel very secure on this one, and we are this time completely armored. In some places we even have like double layers for the cockpit, so that we are safe. This is really the core of the ship. It doesn't look pretty, but it has everything that I need, right? It's got the refinery, it's got the assembler, it's got the medical kit, it's got access points, it's got the oxygen supply here as well. This is like an H2O2 that's not connected to the whole system, that's got some extra ice in it, that's gonna keep the atmosphere flowing and all of that good stuff as well. So yeah, this is the situation. We will see what I decide to do, if we go on the attack pretty quickly, or if I keep expanding the base. Yeah, this is also why I left this room open, right? We can then extend this wall forward by the amount of blocks that I want, depending on what I do, and it should still fly absolutely fine. And maybe we could like have like a ram that goes down and then a rover that can come out or something like that. I'm not really sure what I'll do, but it is cool. I really love it. I love this game as well, and that's the update on on the mothership on my new playthrough for Space Engineers, with a nice move 10 kilometers closer to that pirate district headquarters, which I'm really curious to know how much firepower that thing is going to dish out. But there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.